Welcome all. We have already completed our sixth lesson. So right now we are going to start our seventh lesson, that is motion, force and work. I hope you all are familiar with this concept. In sixth standard you have already studied about motion, force and work. So right now we are going to see what is mean by motion. Yes, what is mean by motion? Can you tell me? Yes, motion means movement, change, change from one place to another place. When I can say a body is in motion, when a body changes its place, means when a body does displacement, I can say that it is in motion. What are the causes of a change in motion? Who let this change happen? Yes, if you are considering yourself, then we are itself doing this change. But for example, if you are taking a non-living object, when we apply certain force, then only that body or that particular instrument is said to be in motion. For example, if you can take a vehicle, your bike, if it is there in front of your house, it is not in motion, it is at its one place. But when you run it, that time you can see it is in motion when you're applying a certain force. So right now we are going to study more about this lesson, all this concept, motion, force and work. So let's start. We have seen that the change occurs in the motion or the body of a shape of the body when a force acts on it. We have already studied this in 6th standard. So now let us how the work is done when a force acts. Now you can see in this box they have already given you A, B and C. Suppose A is your house, B is your friend's house and C is your another friend house and D is your school. For example, if from A you are going to your another friend house, that is B. From B you are going to C. Taking another friend you are going to the school. So right now you can see from A to B it takes 500 meter. You are traveling 500 meter and it requires 8 minutes to travel. If you go from B to C, you are traveling 700 meters and it takes 11 minutes. Means total how many minutes? 19 minutes. Because 8 minutes earlier and this 19 minutes. How many meters you have already traveled? This 500 meters and that 700. Means 1200 meters you have already traveled till you are reaching up till C. From C, you all three friends are going to D, that is your school. So that 1200 meters plus this 300 will be 1500 meters and it requires again 6 minutes. So these 19 minutes plus this 6 minutes, that is 25 minutes. So overall it will take 25 minutes and you are traveling 1500 meter till you are going to school. But if you see from A to D there is one dotted line drawn. Yes, it is only of 1000 meters. So tell me, it is better to go from A to D or it is better to take so many places and go? Yes, it is better to go from A to D, that is 100 meter. It saves your time also and your energy also. So right now we are going to see here what they have given the explanation here. Ranjit housed it at place A. The figure alongside shows the distance travelled by Ranjit to reach his school at distance D. So A is Ranjit's house and D is the school present. That only I have told you in this part, that when he is travelling from A to B, B to C and C to D, he will travel 1500 meters. But if we directly go from the by that another shortcut which is from A to D, the dotted line, he will only travel 1000 meters. So this is the minimum distance required for going to school. He can travel from A to D with the help of B and C. But if he want to travel the minimum distance, he is supposed to go from A to D. The minimum distance which is travel from a particular direction or minimum distance travel in a particular direction is called a displacement. It should be in a straight line. So what is the definition of displacement? Yes, the minimum distance traveled in a particular direction along a straight line is called a displacement. So right now can you tell me from A to B, B to C and C to D is displacement? No. Minimum distance. Which is the minimum distance right now? Yes, A to D is the minimum distance. So that is called to be as displacement. Now you can see there is a certain direction. It is also going in a straight line. So this is called to be as the displacement, and the remaining what you have traveled from A to B, B to C and C to D are the distances. Fine. So what is meant by distance that we will see over here the definition? The length of the route actually traveled by the moving object irrespective of direction. In distance there is no direction specified, or it should be not compulsory with the help of direction. Here you can go north, south, east, west, anyhow. So that distance which you are actually traveling is said to be as distance, and it is a scalar quantity. I have told you it is not based on direction. Scalar quantity is one which is only based on the magnitude. And displacement is what? The minimum distance. This word is very important. The minimum distance traveled by a moving object in one direction from original point to reach the final point is called as displacement. And therefore displacement requires direction, which is major over here, and it also consists of magnitude. That's why it is a vector quantity. Unit of measurement of distance and displacement, both it is same. Unit for measuring this distance and displacement is same, that is meter, in SI as well as in MKS system. MKS system means we are already knowing meter, kilogram and seconds. Now what is meant by velocity? Velocity is what? Velocity is the distance traveled by an object in a specific direction in unit time. How much distance you are traveling in that particular time is said to be as the velocity. So velocity is the distance traveled by that object or traveled by an or body in a specific direction in unit time. For example, we will take from Devgarh to Kankavli. So you are traveling from Devgarh to Kankavli. In suppose now Devgarh to Kankavli is somewhere about 60 kilometers. We will assume this. It is 60 kilometers. That distance you are traveling in how many minutes? Yes, you are traveling in particularly 90 minutes. That is 1 hour 30 minutes. So whatever, so you will take 60 on the top at the numerator place and you will divide it by the time, and whatever answer you will get will be the velocity of that body. So there they have given you the formula. Velocity is equal to displacement upon period of time required for doing it. Now, how distance and displacement? Distance is scalar quantity and displacement is vector quantity. Same over here. Speed is scalar quantity and velocity is vector quantity. Now you have already learned about speed in 6th standard. What is meant by speed? Yes, distance traveled upon time or distance traveled per unit time. So how much you are traveling divided by time is said to be as speed. Speed of a vehicle, speed of your car is decided by how much distance it is traveling in how many minutes. Now there are many trains, Shatabdi, you can see Konkan Kanya and all. But by the way, Shatabdi is one of the fastest one. It is an express railway. So whatever distance it is traveling from Kankavli to Mumbai, it is less than compared to other trains. So we can say the speed of Shatabdi is more. Yes, because it is traveling in less time. Fine. When we say that the speed of a car is 40 km per hour, there is no need to specify the direction. If you are not specifying the direction, you are going north way, south way, anyhow. But when you are predicting, but to predict whether a storm will reach a particular place or not, you are mentioning the direction. Yes, for example, if the storm is arriving at the Arabian Sea or it is coming near the west coast, so you are specifying that yes, it is reaching the west coast, it will go to the east coast. So here the direction is specified. Now you can solve this, find out the formula for speed and velocity. This can be done by your side. Speed means you are knowing what is the formula. If not, just go through your earlier textbooks of 6th standard. So down they have given you in the blue line, that is the unit of speed and velocity is both the same, that is meter per second. Why meter? The speed means you are knowing it is speed means what? Distance upon time. The formula is distance upon time. Distance is calculated in meter, so meter on top divided by the slash which is present, that is my division, divided by time, that is seconds. So earlier we have seen how much distance it was, how much displacement that boy have done, Ranjit have done from his house. He have taken 25 minutes to travel and 1500 meters he have covered. And suppose if you are finding the velocity of him, so just see over here the formula is given. Velocity, the formula is what? Displacement upon total time. He have traveled 1000 meter upon 25 minutes, that is 40 upon 60, and the calculation is if you divide 40 by 60 then you will get 0.66, and the unit is mentioned, that is meters per second. And if you are traveling the speed, that is distance travel. Displacement, I have told you, the minimum distance which you have traveled from A to D. And speed, if you can see, distance upon time. You have taken from A to B, B to C, and C to D. That was, and it was calculatively 1500 meter upon 25 minutes. It is 60 upon 60, that is 1 meter per second. So if you compare that velocity and speed, so what they have given you the conclusion, just read out. Ranjit did not take the straight route of minimum distance while going to the school. Therefore, the magnitudes of his velocity and speed came out to be different. So while traveling from A to D, one time he have traveled from A, B, C, D, and directly he have traveled from A to D also. Okay, what do you mean by average velocity and instantaneous velocity? Now, whenever you are traveling a vehicle, whenever you are having a plain road, straight road, that time your speed is much big or much high. But if you are going from ghats, your speed will be decreased. So from A to D, if you require 10 kilometers, you are traveling the 10 kilometers in somewhere about half an hour or 15 minutes. From B to C, the 10 kilometers you are taking 20 minutes. And sometimes from C to D, which is 20 kilometers, you can travel it somewhere about in half an hour. So depending upon the distance, your time can also differ. So over here they have given you somewhere about the truck. Suppose that the truck is covering a distance of 40 kilometers from A to D. That is, displacement is taken to be as 40 kilometers from A to D. If it requires 1 hour for doing this, the average velocity is 40 kilometer per hour. Average velocity will be how much? 40 kilometer per hour. But suppose if this truck travel 10 kilometer distance in 10 minutes, BC, that is 10 kilometers again in 20 minutes, and CD in 30 minutes. So 10 plus 10, that is 20, and 20 plus 30 is 50. So if he's traveling in 50 minutes and earlier he have taken 1 hour, so obviously the velocity will be decreased over here. So now deduce the velocity for the distance BC and CD. We see that the velocity of the truck is different in different segments of the road AB, BC and CD. Why it is different? Why velocity is different? Yes, because the displacement is different. The time required is different. Every time your speed will be not same. Every time your velocity will be not same on the road. Okay, so the velocity of a particular moment in time is called to be as instantaneous velocity. For that particular time, whatever the velocity you are applying to your vehicle, whatever velocity you are giving, is said to be as instantaneous time. It is not fixed, it is temporary. The instantaneous velocity can be different at different times. So we'll see the next part, that is acceleration. In the previous example, the truck covered the distance AB at the velocity of 60 km per hour. So just now we have seen that the truck which have covered the distance of AB at 60 km per hour, BC it have taken 30 km per hour, and CD it have taken 40 km per hour. So now just see, in 3 hours the total distance, 3 hours means what? From AB to BC, then BC, then CD. 3 hours, 60 plus 30, that is 90, 90 plus 40 is 130. So 130 kilometer was traveled in 3 hours. So what is mean by acceleration now? Normally when you are traveling, whenever you are running your vehicle, if you can see properly, that vehicle when you are running, you are giving accelerator. You are having the handle which in your hand, that is called to be as accelerator. What is that? What does that accelerator do? Yes, it increases the speed or sometimes it decreases the speed. It depends totally upon you. So acceleration, the formula is change in the velocity upon time taken for this change. So the next part of this lesson we are going to study soon. I hope you have understood this much part. Thank you.